Good day, everyone. Good day, BUNyos. I am Angeline Degta from Bachelor of Arts in Broadcasting 2B, and I am with one of my most intelligent blockmates, Jathena Hibulan. Hi, Jathena.
Hi Angga. Sobrang excited ako sa magiging interview natin today. And as a future media professional, I know the interview will give us a lot of inputs na ma-apply natin in our chosen field.
So yes, Jathena, it's such a great day to gain some knowledge. So especially about the production process. So without further ado, let's introduce our guest for today's interview. So she took up Bachelor of Arts in Mass Communication, major in journalism, minor in communication at University of the Philippines, Baguio. She is a veteran journalist with more than 20 years of field practice. She also gained expertise in project management and conflict resolution at South Luzon News Cluster Head of ABS-CBN Regional, which included the startup of Bicol's Daily Morning Show and Batangas TV Patrol Southern Tagalog. And she is the current chairman of the board of directors who heads the Media Cooperatives BOD, which provides news from South Luzon through its online page, bicol.ph, on Facebook and YouTube. So to join us today, we are honored to welcome Ma'am Irene Perol. Hi, Malin. Good day, ma'am. It's really nice to see you po. Kumusta po?
Hi, good day. Yes, I'm glad to be joining you today and syempre impart knowledge sa mga kabataan.
Thank you, ma'am, po talaga for saying yes. And it's just so overwhelming to meet a media professional. So, before we start our
Overwhelming
interview,
na ba? Kasi wala talaga kayong nami-meet dahil napaka-virtual na ng buhay.
yes po, ma'am, very overwhelming na pong
Sabi ko
makasama
nga,
po
you
kayo
know
in a
what?
virtual mode.
I was actually thinking kawawa naman sabi ko tong mga batch na ito ng mga ng mga um, broadcasting students with the closure kasi of ABS-CBN. Sabi ko, kung hanggat sarado and you wanted TV, lalo na based kayo in Legazpi, nabawasan talaga. Kasi like halimbawa, paano pag mag-OJT kayo, no? But anyway, ako, I am happy na I can share yung kung ano man yung pwede nyo matutunan so that makadagdag man lang, maka-input man lang um, sa inyo na gusto nyo yung ganitong profession, no? Sigurado ba kayo na
Yes.
gusto nyo talaga to?
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Okay.
Yes po.
Yan. So, before we start po, ma'am, sa interview proper, can I just ask you po first, how was your life of being a journalist po?
Um, I think kasi journalism is not for everyone. Parang sinasabi ko lang lagi, para din kaming police, para kaming disaster official, para kaming mga iba din kasi, you have to have the passion for this because kung practicing ka, eto yung mga pag-disaster, eto yung panahon na karamihan wanted to be with the family. Pero kami, most of the time, we have to be away because we have to cover the disaster or whatever is breaking, di ba? There are many holidays that you have to forgo kasi walang holiday. There are many special occasions na nami-miss. Although, somewhere along the way, gumagawa na lang kami ng paraan na, o sige, kung ikaw ang nagka-Christmas ngayon na naka-Christmas duty ka, sige, next year, you have to have your Christmas with your family, di ba? Because very very important pa din yung family at the end of the day, 'di ba? If you die, sino ang makakaranas ng kalungkutan na sobra-sobra? Syempre yung pamilya. But yun, as a journalist, as a media practitioner, para kang nag-work din sa Office of Civil Defense or para kang PNP or para kang army or whatever na 24/7 yung trabaho. Kaya kailangan gusto mo to. And I think lagi kong sinasabi na yung integrity, importanteng importante. You should not practice payola. When I was a college student, as young as you, pag sinasabi sa amin ng professor na merong envelopmental journalism, I never, hindi ko pinapaniwalaan. Pero kung nung nandun na ako, makikita mo talaga. And it goes back to the core na, na, ng pagkatao mo, no, na eto yon. So, how was my life? I think, masaya for me yung practice ko for the past, how many years? I started with ABS-CBN 1997, no? Before that, nagkaroon din ako ng isang na exposure sa Manila, isang FM radio station, and then I also went with a consultancy na nag-handle ng isang debates TV show sa RPN9, pero it was with ABS-CBN talaga na doon na nahulma yung pagkatao ko. For what I am now, who I am, it's basically because of yung naging trabaho ko sa news organization na masaya yung kahit na I was, not part of the news gathering team, lumalabas ako because every day that I go out, I learn new things. And with journalism, with being a media practitioner, you get to learn new things every day, no? Master of none, jack of all trades, pero yung trabaho mo naman talaga is di ba, to inform the public. So, it's a rewarding and yet nakakapagod. Sometimes I ask myself, bakit ko gusto ito na to be stressed pag may mga balita every day, because nga grabe yung pressure na you have to get the videos, hindi siya simpleng although we had the opportunity for the past almost 2 years, di ba, na virtual ang karamihan, pero back then, hindi po pwede na nasa bahay ka because you have to have videos. But now, everybody has smartphones, so they can do the news gathering for you. They can give you the but they don't have the context. And that's where ako, as a professional, media professional, dun ka yun yung importansya mo compared to all the citizen journalists because you have the context. So, yun, masaya, rewarding, nakakapagod, all rolled into one. Hindi lahat, yun din, when we were with ABS, of course, it was paying well. One of the news orgs, ang ABS, sa local, that was paying well. Now, wala na si ABS. Though ngayon, I'm still a stringer, so per story basis kami. I'll be part of the election coverage ni ABS-CBN this coming 2022. And si Bicol.ph, cooperative kasi kami, so wala kaming kinikita pa masyado, no? Pero we still do the platform because we wanted to continue whatever we were doing back then. So, walang pera. So sana alam niyo yung pinapasok niyo na medyo you don't get glamorous siya, pero you don't get the money right away. Magtsatsaga ka at aayusin mo yung track record mo so that hindi ka makikilala as tumatanggap ng pera. I hope na kasi I'm here to stay in this profession. And kung meron man sa inyo na magiging makakasama sa field na to, I hope hindi kayo tatanggap ng payola. Okay? So, yan. Ang haba na ng kinuwento ko, but that's it.
Yes po, ma'am. Ang dami na po nun. Kaya, umpisa pa lang talaga, ang dami na namin agad na natutunan and we want to gain more, some especially about the production process, since we are further a future media professional like you, ma'am. So as a news desk or editor, what is your news verification process and how do you collect news report po?
Okay. Um, yung nose for news, alam niyo yon?
Yes
Napag-usapan niyo
po,
na ba
ma'am.
yun? Yung nose for news, amoy
So,
niyo kung ano yung ano. Minsan mahirap ituro yon. I think dapat basa mo ang ano mo, basa mo ang ang audience or ang mga tao. Ano ang gugustuhin nila? Actually, meron pa din diyan na ano meron pa din diyan na mga debate na ibinibigay mo lang kasi yung gusto nila, hindi yung dapat nilang malaman. I guess you have to balance, the situation. Pwede mo silang bigyan ng dapat nilang malaman, pero kailangan mo din na makita yung kiliti, malaman yung kiliti nila because paano kanila papanoorin if hindi mo nakukuha yung kiliti? But I think pwede mo din siyang ano na they know, alam mo kung ano yung ano yung papatok na storya. I mean, ambawa kung ano yung uso ngayon, pero put some context on it, 'di ba? I think sana mas dumami yung nagve-verify. Yun yung danger ngayon na konti yung nagve-verify. Yun yung advantage ng mga professionals kaysa dun sa mga citizen journalists. We have the network, of course, di ba? Pag may nakita kami dyan na may nag-post, we just don't share it, we just don't repost it until we have verified kung tama ba ito, di ba? Yun yung wala si mga citizen journalists. They just share, repost, whatever, without vetting because they don't have the network, right? Even us, lalo na ngayon na medyo nawala si ABS, 'di ba? So, building our own kasi medyo tumahimik kami for a while tapos until eto, ako nga ngayon I'm into full naman ng operations ng Bicol.ph, and saka lang ngayon ulit ako tumutulong kay ABS-CBN. For a while, nag-backseat ako. I was handling the co-op as how it should be as a cooperative. But medyo settled na kami doon, so medyo kinukulang kami sa operations. That's why I am helping. So, even me, who's been with the industry for so long, medyo nangangapa because hinayaan ko yung news gathering na gawin yan, 'di ba? So for me, na gusto ko ng urgency, medyo nababagalan ako because I don't have nga right away yung listahan kung sino to call, 'di ba? But I get it pa rin. Tsatsagaan lang and I pull some strings, some resources. So yun yung wala, no? That's how we verify. And makukuha mo yan along the way. Mahirap ituro na pero minsan din kung street smart ka, malalaman mo na may ganitong storya. Sino man dapat kong tawagan? Alam mo na dapat agad. Hindi ko na sasabihin sa iyo, no? Kunyari, when I am hiring dati, tinitingnan ko, meron street smart ba to? Tatanga-tanga ba to? Kasi kung ganyan, mahirap yan, 'di ba? Kung ituturo ko pa sa kanya yung pasunod-sunod, mahirap. Kaya minsan, actually one of our exams, sa mga applicant pa lang, no, bago ko pa hihinga ng anything, may bibigyan ko ng sitwasyon. Eto, may ganito, may breaking news. Kailangan mo itong i-report. Anong gagawin mo? Bibigyan mo ako ng process. Now, if you have enumerated the right processes, okay, pwede to. Pero kung sabog-sabog ka na doon pa lang, may problema tayo. How do you get to there from here? Hindi mo na nga alam. Okay? So, yun. How do we vet? How do we verify? By going through yun, hanapin mo yung network. Tingnan mo yung story. Sino ba dapat ang mga, ang mga resource person na kailangan mo sa story na to. Kung ito ay health story, siguro hindi mo pupuntahan ng Bureau of Fire, di ba? Unless bureau nasunog yung isang ospital, 'di ba? So that's how it is. verification. We don't use stories. Ang iba kasi pwede lang sila na copy paste because it's so easy, 'di ba? Ka-copy. Even now, that's what we get. Yung Bicol.ph, ang daming stories namin, nakita ko na lang sa isang page din. Hindi nagpaalam sa amin. Yun, shinare nila as if it's actually hindi shinare. They copied the entire script and all the pictures, storya na nila. We don't do that. Even if even if let's say kinuha ko, hindi ako nagpaalam pero nag-attribute ako, hindi namin ginagawa. Basic 'yon na dapat alam nila na kukunin namin yung picture at i-attribute namin. Laging mag-attribute. Pero kahit na in-attribute ko naman hindi na nagpaalam. We don't do that. Kaya siguro nauunahan kami ngayon because yun yung practice namin. We go back to the very basic na kailangan namin magpaalam.
So, thank you, ma'am. Medyo na-open na sa amin yung topic na na hindi lang dapat puro interest ng tao yung kukunin natin when it comes to news gathering, pero dapat i-balance din natin yung public interest and the information na dapat needed ng public na malaman. So, for since nandun na po tayo about sa news stories, so what news stories or reports naman po do you usually gather or plan to produce? May mga instances po ba na namimili po kayo ng mga pinoproduce na stories po?
If I will be speaking, ganito. I'll give you a picture na lang. How to para mas mabilis. I'll give you a picture kung paano nagagawang isang newscast, okay? Halimbawa, ang isang TV patrol. I think even now si ABS-CBN Manila, this is how they do it because this is how we did it in the past, okay? In the morning, there's a news conference. Okay, newscon. May newscon in the morning, mag-uusap-usap lahat. Storycon. Kung hindi man, story conference, news conference or story conference basically. Every morning dapat may story conference. So, lahat ng nandiyan dyan sa newsroom, importante na magjo-join sa story conference. Lahat ng reporters, cameraman, driver, usap-usap. O anong mga storya na ipupursue ninyo today? Nandyan si desk, okay? Tapos, isasabi kay desk yung mga stories na kukunin ng bawat isa. And then, importante na nagkakaroon ng ganun because minsan si cameraman may alam din na hindi alam ni reporter. Although, you have to monitor also ano yung mga big stories sa locality or sa national. Kasi, pwede mong i-localize ang isang malaking national story, right? So, mag-uusap-usap. So, eto ang i-gather ko. Okay? So, i-gather ni team 1, team 2, team 3. Ganyan. And then, lalabas na sila sa field. Kanya-kanya yan na, may cameraman, may driver. Pag lumabas sila, whatever is happening in their area, they are supposed to inform their desk. Okay? Para alam ni desk kung ano nangyayari, lalo na sa regional. Kasi si Manila is on top also. Kasi kung ano man sinasubmit ng mga stories na ito ng mga reporter kay Des, si Des sinasubmit na din to kay Manila. Now, si Manila is also tracking the story, lalo na kung big story, di ba? Or kung may dadating na mga malalaking tao dito, tapos may gusto silang story na pinopursue, sasabihin din ni Manila si regional na, uy, dadating si ganyan, heads up. So, mag-a-assign na din si Des kung sino yan. So, nag-uusap-usap lagi. Tapos, may natitisod na malalaking storya. Bigla, along the way, sumabog si Vulcan. Along the way, may na-ambush. Along the way, ganito. So, they have to inform the desk because si desk, bulag siya. Hindi alam ang nangyayari sa field, right? So, ganun yan nangyayari. Everybody is informing the desk what's happening or the desk is calling them, nakuha nyo na. Kailangan ko na ma-post ang story, ganyan, everything. So, yan, labas sila lahat. Okay. And then, we have a deadline. Si sila, they have to be back by 12 noon, karamihan. Or, pag hindi kaya, nagsisend na sila along the way. Because, yung script ni reporter, ipapasa niya and then i-edit ni desk editor. Okay? And then after that, pag pasado na kay desk editor, then i-voice na ni reporter. Pagka-voice ni reporter, saka napapasok yung editor naman, video editor, to edit the story. Okay? So pag na-edit naman na yan ni video editor, di ba yung Naga at Legazpi, medyo kakaiba yung sitwasyon back then because isa lang yung TV Patrol. Naga was the originating station, so siya yung nag-ere. Ibababa niya pa yan kay Daet, ibababa niya pa yan kay Legazpi, everything, no? Nasa Naga yung TV Patrol live, pero there's a link going to Legazpi, there's a link going to Cam Norte because we also have a Daet station. So, si Legazpi back then, ang gagawin niya, edit. So, pag na-edit niya, yung mga VO reports, tapos na ni video editor, ipapasa niya kay Naga. Alright? And then, si Naga, ganun din yung sitwasyon ng mga reporters doon. Nag-storycon din sila, usap-usap, tapos si desk editor is also monitoring them. Now, si Naga, does the same thing, but the graphic editor is there doing the graphics, 'di ba? Kasi live binibigay yung graphics. Okay? Kaya minsan may mga mali during the live pero naaayos niya during the live pero pabilisan kasi baka tapos na yung yung storya, hindi niya na naayos yung maling graphics, okay? So yun ang nangyayari. And then we have the audio man there, 'di ba? Doing the audio, the scoring of the patrol. So doon nila line up kay Naga. Nandoon na yung OBB, mga bumper, and then the stories, teaser, and then again, the commercials, doon na ini-insert. So that's how it happens, no? May deadline because madaming proseso ang dadaanan. May mga lapat-lapat. Tapos pagdating sa Naga, ila-line up pa siya. Ila-line up pa siya ulit ng EP na executive producer. So, ila-line up niya na kung ano yung mga mabibigat na story, yun yung nasa taas. Yun din, mahirap din mahirap din ituro minsan kung paano yung pagla-line up, no? You just learn the process. I mean, yung mabigat na story, ano yung pwedeng i-headlines, everything. So, along the way, minsan, sa dami ninyo na magfa-file, lalo na, especially kung si Manila, ang dami nun, lalo na kami nun, nung buong-buo pa, 19 regional stations, so si Manila, ang dami niya pang reporter, no? Madaming nadadrop. May nadadrop na story. So, dapat, eto din yung challenge. Sa TV kasi, you have to have the video, right? So, compelling yung video mo. Hindi pwede, minsan ang ganda-ganda ng story mo dapat, pero wala kang video. Hindi maganda. Ang isa naman na storya, parang wala namang kalatoy-latoy, pero ang ganda ng video. So, yun yung pagbabalanse na gagawin. And, yun. How do you choose? Mahirap. Mahirap siya na gawain, pero matututunan mo na lang siya. Hindi ko pwedeng isabihin sa inyo na ganito lang yan. Pero I think you have to understand ano yung mga stories for the day. Halimbawa, SONA. Diba? Kung SONA today, I think all of SONA-related stories pasok ngayon. There are slow days naman also na walang masyadong balita. So, maswerte yung iba na kahit kaliitan lang yung storya, pumapasok. Okay? So, tapusin ko lang yung news process, ha? So, pagkatapos nun, line up na ni EP, everything. So, yan. Along the way, habang nagla-live, nagkakaproblema, everything. Minsan, di pa napapadala ni Legazpi. Nadadrop naman siya. So, at the end, pagkatapos nun, yung newscast, there's what we call a postmortem. We discuss ano ang nangyari. Bakit pumalpak yung headlines? Bakit walang Bakit mali yung graphics? Bakit ganito, ganyan? Bakit tapos po-postmort din per story? Yung VO mo ganito. Bakit ganito yung yung video mo, everything. Yung camera pangit, ganito yung angulo dapat. You could have done this better and all that. So yon, we have a postmort. That's what we call postmort. And then, after that, we talk again. What are the stories for tomorrow? Post-Storycon. So, you have a Storycon after the newscast, and then you have a Storycon the following morning because maybe nag-move na naman overnight, di ba? Hindi na ito, tapos na ito na story na to, or there are bigger things that are supposed to be gathered the following day. So, yun. In a nutshell, that's the process. Okay?
Ma'am, thank you po for that answer. Actually, maano talaga, no, mahaba po talaga yung process. Hindi siya actually mahaba, pero mahirap po yung process, no? Kada news gather, kailangan talagang lahat po ng nasa grupo ninyo ay talagang tumutulong or talagang kumikilos po. So,
Tapos sisiguraduhin ng reporter na dapat tama lahat para hindi kayo prone sa libel.
So, yes po, ma'am. So, if that's the case po, ma'am, after the production of the news, after everything po na nangyayari, so, ano po yung parang kumbaga specific nyo pong ginagawa? How do you evaluate the performances of those reporters after they perform their tasks po?
Dun sa postmort, makikita mo. 'Di ba? During the postmort, makikita mo pinag-uusapan na saan nagkulang. Saan nagkulang yung storya. And you call their attention. Okay? What do you mean by paano mo ini-evaluate? Kung yung ano niya, performance niya for what? For every story or as a reporter? Because now we go again. How we did it with ABS at the end of, every year we have the performance appraisal. If tinitingnan lahat kung kumusta ang iyong performance, attitude-wise and skill-wise, no? So, dun din magbabase kung magkano yung bonus mo. At yung merit increase mo. Increase mo for your salary the following year. So, that's how it is. So, dapat talaga inaayos mo. So, kung yun yung tinutumbok mo, yun yung paano ina-appraise yung performance ng isang reporter or cameraman. Or even everybody even everybody, kahit na yung finance officer or yung admin, ganon siya ini-evaluate. Pero kung dun sa per story basis, na pag-uusapan nga yan dun sa postmortem.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for that answer po ulit. So, nandun na po tayo, natapos na po, napagkwentuhan na po natin yung about sa process. And it's really not an easy process po. And doon na po tayo sa latter part po ng ating discussion. So, as a news desk, naging news desk po kayo, naging editor po. So, ano po ba yung mga things na kailangan i-consider as a news desk po?
Hindi. You have to evaluate the story. Is this newsworthy? Nandun ba lahat ng anggulo? I think that's another that's another topic, no? Na we should talk about how do you news write, 'di ba? Ano yung mga kailangan mong anggulo na hinahanap. So, yun. Dapat as an editor, alam mo yun. Yun muna yung kailangan mong malaman para makapag-edit ka ng maayos ng storya. But I think that's a different topic na. If we're, 'di ba? If that's the process na lang. So, yun, kailangan magaling ka muna para makakapag-edit ka talaga. Na tama yung storya mo. Napag-aralan niyo na ba din 'yon?
Yung po, ma'am, napag-aralan na po namin yung how to consider a newsworthy, then yung best angles po, napag-aralan na din po namin.
Oo. So yun, make sure lang na hindi libelous. Everything is there. Hindi libelous. Or hindi ka masasabihan na biased ka. You cannot satisfy everyone, lagi naman. Pero sabi ko nga minsan, pag halimbawa, yung dalawang side, parehas ka sinasabihan na bias ka, di okay ka. Kasi parehas sila nagsasabi, bias ka, parehas magkalaban sila, tapos parehas ka sinasabihan, edi wala kang problema.
Since we are dreaming of becoming a media professional like you po, ma'am, and some of us might be a news desk also or editor. So, can you give us some skills po, strategies or techniques that you think na will be at best use for a desk at a TV news program?
Okay, monitor everything, magbasa, know what are the current events, no? Kailangan nyo yan. Lagi magtanong, mag-observe. Ako, I used to people watch. Alam ko, you know what, one of the courses we took sa ABS-CBN, how do you know if somebody is lying? Meron kaming ganun. So, magmasid, aralin nyo yung galaw ng tao. Ako, every time, nung reporter ako, tinitingnan ko muna everything around me. Is it safe to stay here? Lalo na pag napupunta kami or sumasama ako sa mga bundok. One time, I went up sa mga bundok. I joined NPA, natulog ako sa kanila. So, kailangan alam mo, meron kang sense ng alam mo kung safe dapat o hindi. Street smart ka, basic 'yon kasi baka tatanga-tanga ka, yan masasagasaan ka or hindi mo alam nagkakabarila na or what. Yung safety kasi is very important also. Hindi ka, wala ka na mabibigay na storya kung mamamatay ka, 'di ba? So you always have to look out para sa kaligtasan ng buong team. Tapos dapat may alam ka lagi, magbasa ka ng magbasa para anything na itatanong. Minsan kasi mag-widow ka mapupunta ka, mag-i-interview ka, ano tong napuntahan ko, hindi ko alam, kakabahan ka, 'di ba? Pero kung may alam ka a little of this, or sometimes you just have to be honest, you have to be frank. I'm sorry sir, I don't know anything, because they will appreciate that. Kasi pretentious ka na sinasabi mo, ganito ngayon, puro ka lang naman hangin, 'di ba? Better as well, sabihin mo, I don't know anything about this. Can you orient me? Can you tell me what's this? I need to learn. Wala akong alam, nangangapa ako. Pero, wag ka naman mangapa all the time na lang kasi, di ba? That's stupid na. So, yun. Be on the know of what's happening. Tapos, mag-practice. If you want to be, kung gusto nyo, broadcasting kayo, pero wag naman puro magaling lang magsalita. Sa industriyang ito, may respeto sa mga marunong magsulat. If you're just a reader, sasabihin ng iba, nagbabasa lang naman yan, hindi man yan marunong magsulat. Sikat lang siya kasi siya yung nasa harap ng camera, pero she doesn't write. Ganyan. So sana, magsulat din kayo and magaling din kayong magbasa. Kung gusto niyo talaga yung karirin, marunong kayo magsulat, tapos karirin nyo yung magic sa camera. Minsan hindi naman kailangan super ganda kasi meron mga magaganda na hindi maganda ang rehistro sa camera. Meron naman na okay lang pero ang ganda ng rehistro sa camera. Diba? I used to anchor for how many years? Hindi naman ako pang beauty pageant. Pero alam ko lang how to engage, 'di ba? Yun. Tapos iba din kasi yung public speaking sa speaking lang to the camera. Those are the things. Ang dami sana. Anyway, sabihin niya lang si April, pag may face-to-face na, I'm willing to be a lecturer minsan sa mga ganito. No? Yan. Ang daming pwede natin pag-usapan. Though kasi I'm running late also. I have a deadline ngayon na tinatawag sa akin ng Manila. Pero, that's it. Aralin nyo, magsulat.
Thank you po, Ma'am Irene, for this interview. We did enjoy and we really grasped the ideas and the concept of the production process na ang dami ko po natutunan na kailangan mo maging responsible, tapos marunong ka mag-handle ng situation. Kaya dapat always practice and practice, magbasa lagi, and magkaroon din ng respeto sa ibang tao. And how about you, Angge? Kamusta ang pakikinig kay Ma'am Irene?
So, you know what, Jatena, I really love watching interviews talaga. I really love watching interviews. Nagiging aware ako sa iba't ibang perceptions ng ibang tao. But iba pala yung pakiramdam kapag ikaw na yung nag interview. So, um, I learned a lot in today. So, ang dami kong natutunan about the production process, about being responsible, about having the initiative palagi na kailangan kahit hindi ka sabihan, dapat nagbabasa ka, dapat matutunan mo parate kung paano magsulat. Kasi sa industry, it is not just about nga speaking in public, but it is also about producing news articles na ikaw mismo ang nagsulat. Ayun po ma'am, thank you po for this day talaga. Ang dami po talaga namin natutunan. So, Jathena?
Thank you, Angge. Before we formally end this interview, we would like to send our deepest gratitude again to you, Ma'am Irene, for saying yes to this interview and for making this possible. And you surely capture our hearts and minds, and we forever treasure this interview. Again, I am Jatena K.M. Hibulan.
And I am Angeline Dagda, and we'll see you all again next time for our next interviews. I hope that you were able to gain something today. Have a great day, Viewenios.